And I'll start here for everyone listening. We appreciate you so much. You are such a well-read, sophisticated, highly advanced, and educated group. And these questions really reflect how deep you want us to go with some of these important topics. So I'll start with the first one on that note. Here's the first question from our amazing audience. Be honest.
Okay.
When's the last time you flexed in a mirror?
Yesterday.
BS. This morning. Stop it. All right, man. Welcome to Running Free. This is our third episode under the banner. We're going to have some fun. I'm Jesse Caricatures.
I am Justin Mazars. Hello, hello.
Hello, Justin. We've got a funny one for today, man. We've been talking about doing this. This is our very first Ask Us Anything. We're calling it the Variety Pack. And what we did was we got questions from the audience and maybe a little bit of ChatGPT if we didn't get enough questions. But we got some great questions and we're going to hit them kind of rapid fire. The idea is let's see what our audience wants to know and let's have some fun, man. You got any concerns about this?
I do not right now. Ask me in about half an hour.
We're gonna come in. We're gonna come in hot here. I've got the questions in front of me. I tried my best. I read them once to make sure that they were appropriate, but then I didn't ruminate because I wanted to just kind of like answer in real time.
Just send it. Let's go.
And I'll start here for everyone listening. We appreciate you so much. You are such a well-read, sophisticated, highly advanced, and educated group, and these questions really reflect how deep you want us to go with some of these important topics. So I'll start with the first one on that note. And Justin, you're going to go first. Here's the first question from our amazing audience. Be honest.
Okay.
When's the last time you flexed in a mirror?
Yesterday.
BS. This morning. Stop it.
I didn't live today. I couldn't because I had the kids thing at school. Yesterday was arm day and cardio. And afterwards, I was getting in the shower and when you look in the mirror and you're like, oh.
Hey,
all right.
Hey there.
Hold on a second. I'm going to take advantage of this pump. And then quickly was brought back down to reality as my kids kicked open the door. And Daddy, what are you doing?
Oh, it was a elongated flex routine. Like kids.
Dude, it was like a 25-minute, like I did a whole dance. It was all, I'm kidding. No, it was not that at all.
I should be fair. I should answer it too, but like.
Yeah, I was just going to say, now, stop laughing, funny guy. Answer the same damn question. When did you flex in the mirror?
This morning.
I knew it.
But it wasn't, I'm going to be honest, like I'm a little embarrassed. It's not like, I'm not like hitting like routines, you know?
Me neither. I don't even know how to do that.
I don't either. I'm proud of that. But like.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, like, all right, flex, right? What is flex? You just kind of tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little,
all right.
1, 2.
All right, I got out of the shower. And I have to walk past a mirror to get to my closet.
Man.
I wouldn't call it flex. I'm just checking in. I just check in.
Checking in. See what I'm working with today, guys. That's it.
How are we doing?
How am I doing? Mirror.
What did you do? What was your flex?
I was just like a quick little like, oh, okay. And then I did like one of like, and then I might have hit a double by. I'm not gonna lie. I might have done that. But that was it. I promise. Like you said, be honest, Jesse. I'm being honest.
Well, they said be honest. They led with that because they understood that we might not be honest. I don't hit the double by because I don't have the biceps you have. I don't want to be disappointed with my double by. So
you need to be kind to yourself, Mr. Seeger's arms blowing out of your shirt over there.
Let's go. No, I hit I don't even want to elaborate. I don't.
This is awesome.
I'm working on fat loss, so I hit a little like. What do we got? Tighten it up and see what I'm working.
Come hit me in the stomach. Feel how hard this is.
No, I don't think it. Although, shoot, man, we're riffing. I will occasionally, if I feel happy with my little flex, I will occasionally, if my wife is in the room, I'll turn and be like, "What do you like? How many? Hey, you see a difference?
I know what I'm seeing. I just want to make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Do you see it?
Do you see a difference? Am I getting there?" And usually she's like, sure." I'm like, "Damn it!"
Thanks, babe. I needed that.
Oh, great question. Here's where we'll go next. I'm going to summarize. Gym pet peeves, right? Here's the question. Who is the most annoying person at the gym? Paint a vivid picture. I think they're looking for like a caricature of like the types of humans that you run into in that weird environment.
Yeah. But how do you even choose one?
Yeah, I've got like 6 in my head.
Yeah, I have at least 3 that I could go into.
Which is why I've built a gym in my basement, so I'm not just frustrated every single time.
I mean, I don't want to say mostly older people, but I'm going to say mostly older people at my gym, like treat it kind of like social hour. And it's like, let's have 7 elderly men hang out on the shoulder press, and there's only one that's working right now. So I
Mm.
feel like the asshole for going up and saying, "Hey guys, happy Friday. Just wondering, are you almost, how many more sets do you guys have? Because can I work in?"
Are
And
you
then
using that apparatus that's intended to be used at any
that
point?
thing you guys are laying on, can I use it for what they made it for, please? Thank you. That guy, and then the guy who does calisthenics and handstand push-ups in the middle of the floor, so everyone
Which you
has this.
can't do, which is probably why that upsets you.
That's exactly why I can't do it, and I have way too much things happening to be able to pull up and push up, and I can't do it, Jess.
Handstand push-ups are humbling. You think you're fit, you try to do one of those things, the
Oh my
balance, the
god,
coordination, dude, you're in trouble.
that's
All
a
right,
whole different ball game.
so we'll call it I don't know, I'm gonna come up with a name for this, but like lingerer guy or time waster and calisthenics guy.
Super, not. I mean, people like there's plenty of people who do calisthenics and they're not obnoxious about it, in my opinion. But I think we all know the person that I'm talking
I
about.
think so too. I think so.
Yeah.
I was in New York City earlier this week, and I saw an elder Asian man doing Tai Chi in
Nice.
the middle of the floor. So Tai Chi, all for it. Envious. Wish I knew it. Wish I had the
Yeah.
patience. And those dudes live till they're like 95. So power to them. In the middle of the gym floor, not a fan of that one. But
Get out of
no,
the way, Bruce Lee.
it worked, dude. I've got. I don't want to come across as overly cynical, but I've got a couple. I've got selfie stick guy. That's my name for
Yeah.
it. The guy who's like, usually younger gentleman, probably high schooler. This, no shame, by the way, which I admire. But just pop in selfies. And then I think I don't know what to call this guy, but creepy old guy that clearly comes for the women and not for the workout.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
That's
make it a
one.
little less obvious that you're staring, bud.
I think if I had to pick one, the caricature, it's actually the grunter. You see people like, you're working out even with headphones on and you hear like, do it.
Dude, you're doing calf raises. Stop.
Like I get like if you do that like when you're peaking on like your fourth
Yeah.
set and it's your heaviest one and you just need that extra, but it's like when you're doing that every rep across 4 sets.
Dude, it's 9:30 on a Tuesday. Why are we yelling?
Oh, and I can't even like non-verbally like every time I'm like,
You can't. No, they deserve every bad look and fist that gets thrown their way.
oh, that's good. That's good. You want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This one's interesting. Justin, I think your wife actually wrote in because this question's very, very specific, my friend.
Here we go.
Yeah. It says here,
I swear to God, Alyssa.
what is Alyssa's 3-letter nickname for
I
you?
knew that is exactly what was coming. I cut you off.
Let me repeat it because you jumped in so fast. What is your wife's 3-letter nickname for you?
I can't answer that.
What is
Because my answer is going to come off insanely conceited, and I did not come up with this nickname. Okay,
what is it?
you know what? Let's get Alyssa on one of these episodes. She can dive into that one.
I'll just say the letters. You don't have to elaborate. I'll say the letters. BDJ. BDJ.
I've just paint him a picture at this point.
It's BDJ. We'll just leave it.
Yes, that's it. You guys have some fun with what you think those letters mean. Please send us some comments of what you think they are. Oh my God, that would be so fun. Please do.
We'll leave it off. Yeah, please, someone DM us and tell us what they think BDJ means. And by the way, the last one's Justin for J. If anyone wants to know, you can use your imagination. Look, 1 in 10 Americans today struggle with alcohol use disorder, and I was one of them. Did you know that there is a safe, science-backed daily pill that you can take to drink less or even quit alcohol for good? It's called naltrexone, a doctor-prescribed medication that you get online, and our sponsor, Or Health, is the nation's leading provider of naltrexone. To date, Or Health has helped over 35,000 people find freedom from alcohol, and I'm proudly one of them. To get started, text STRENGTH to 710-710. Again, that's STRENGTH to 710-710 and get started on your journey to finally find freedom from alcohol. All right, moving on. This one's cool. I can't wait to hear your answer. What is the most underrated movie of all time and why?
Ooh. Do we want to do like a genre or just any movie?
Whatever comes to mind. Maybe unappreciated. Maybe you think it should have gotten an Oscar, but no one else did. Maybe it's just unknown and people need to know about it. I can go first if you want.
You can go first because I
Yeah.
have two and I need to make a decision on.
Okay. True Lies. Have you ever
Okay.
seen True Lies?
Yeah, I feel like back in the day,
James
like I
Cameron,
mean,
James Cameron, post Terminator, pre what's the one with the blue people that fly around on dinosaurs?
Avatar.
Yeah, pre that, which in my opinion is
A
trash.
true story.
It's a what? A true story? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Dude, True
Dude, I say
Lies.
that to my kids every single show and movie we watch. It could be Bluey, it could be like Spider-Man. Like, girls, you know this is a true story? Like, what?
That's cruel, man. Little kids, like what?
I know,
But
I get
dude,
yelled
True
at all
Lies.
the time.
Arnold
It's fun
Schwarzenegger.
for me.
Yeah, dude, Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime with the cast of characters around him that like let him just be like Arnold in these funny ways. Action movie, suspense. But the Bill Paxton, if anyone knows who that actor is, Bill Paxton's character in the movie True Lies is the most incredible, quotable, hilarious character ever. Like just the things he says in that movie, I have to like it just makes the whole movie. But True Lies, I mean, it in my opinion is like one of the best movies ever made, and it's in my top 10. It'll make you laugh. It's suspenseful, it's action, and it's like true like I think it's like late 90s when like blockbuster action movies
Yeah.
that started bringing in comedy. But James Cameron, who's a titan in Hollywood, just makes it like a phenomenal movie. True Lies, hands down.
True Lies. All right. Now that's gotten back added to the list of things that I need to
You
rewatch
got to
again.
see that one, and it's not a true story, just so you know.
Well, now I'm not watching it. I'm going to go the comedy route and one that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is Tommy Boy.
Underrated. You don't think that's
Underrated.
rated as a classic comedy?
Uh, Maybe I hang out with the wrong people, but that was like my dad and my favorite movie growing up as a kid, and like we watch it all the time. Whenever it's on TV now, I have to watch it too. And like the amount of one-line quotes and like that slap happy comedy back in the day with Chris Farley and David Spade is like what I crave, and I want more of that, and I miss that. I actually did my in college my public speaking final on Chris Farley. Got an A. I'm just saying, it's the only A I've ever gotten in my life. But Tommy Boy, I'm going to go with as the underrated one, only because I have a hard time finding people who are as obsessed with Chris Farley and that movie as I am. But if you know some people, just send them my way, man. I need some new
I
people in
will.
my.
Is that the one with Gary Busey when Farley like rolls down a hill and he's like,
That's Black Sheep, which is
"Oh,
also another very underrated Chris Farley classic.
love it." That's funny that your final public speaking topic was that because mine, I had a public speaking class. Mine was like what it's like growing up with dysfunction and breaking free and blah blah blah, like all serious, and you're out there talking about Tommy Boy. I
Chris
love it.
Farley was fat and told funny jokes.
That's awesome. This one will be quick. What is the best healthy-ish chain restaurant to hit up when you're starving?
Um, I am going to go with. We've been on a big honey grow kick recently.
What is it?
Honey grow.
What's that?
I'm going to do a horrible job explaining this place, but it's somewhat healthy in my opinion. And you can get like a base. You pretty much build your own thing. It's kind of like a Chipotle, but a healthy bowl. You can do like noodle base, protein noodles, egg noodles, and like all different kinds of meat and toppings and vegetables and stuff. That's very good in my opinion, and a little bit different than your standard number one extra pickles from Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean?
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna go Kava. Have you tried that?
No.
Kava, I'll use your reference. It's similar. It's like the Chipotle of Greek food. It's one of those models where you stand with your bowl, someone asks you what you want, you move to a different station, you go down. But it's got
That's
like
fun.
lamb, seasoned chicken. It's got like, all like the feta, the olives and everything. So you build a bowl, but it's Greek food, which is my favorite food, hand down. And it's healthy as long as you don't start like daubing on all the extras. But yeah, I'm gonna go Kava. Anyone hasn't tried that? Greek Chipotle is how I describe it.
I haven't had Greek food in forever.
This next one's fun. Who
Oh boy.
who is the more stately, mature gentleman between the two of you?
Between the two of us?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that the audience can probably answer that one quicker than I can too. I'm going to go with me. No, kidding. You, by far.
I'm going to disagree.
Get the hell out
It's
of here.
it's literally impossible for me to be the more stately, mature gentleman because there are two things where I have brain rot and brain disease that like I will laugh at these two things for the rest of my life. And those two things, and you cannot be mature and stately if these are two things that make you laugh. Those two things are farts,
Always. Number one classic.
and I can't stop when people say that's what she said in a comedic, timely way. Like you know how like in pick one, like Terminator, like when you see his vision and he's like, you know, like zeroing in on things, like audio wise, like I'm like listening to conversations, like, zeroing in on like
That's what she said.
opportunities to say that's what she said. Example, sure. I went to my barber last week, Jordan Madden, Madquez Barbers. If you're in Northern Colorado, he's amazing. But I'm in his barber shop. It's super small, and it was like me and like one other guy waiting, and then like his other barber that didn't have an appointment yet. And I'm reclined in the chair, like doing that like hot towel thing, which
Yeah.
he always asks me. He's like, "You want the hot towel?" I'm always like, "No."
I don't think I want the hot towel.
I don't understand it yet, but it feels sophisticated. But anyway, I'm like literally like laying there with like a towel over my face, not supposed to be talking, and I'm listening to this conversation. And the other barber, they're trying to like decide on like decor for their barbershop, and they want like a grandfather clock, like one of
Oh
those
boy.
big clocks, just for like a mood and like a vibe. And I'm listening to the conversation, and I don't know his friend barber's name, but he's like, "Hey Jordan, like look at this clock, man. What do you think?" And Jordan's like looking at it. And again, I'm just sitting there like listening. And he's like, "Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool." And he like hands it back to the barber. And the barber goes, "I don't know, man. It's a little too big for this space." I'm sitting there. I think he actually said, "I think it's a little too wide for this space." And literally underneath the towel, these dudes
I
big.
gotta say it. I gotta say
I've been
it.
going there for like 2 months. They don't really know me that well. I'm sitting there from under the towel and I go, "That's what she said."
That's what she said. What?
And the dude on the chair that was waiting, like he had his head in his phone. He perks his head up. They all start laughing.
Yes.
And
Dude,
then dude,
it's a well appreciated joke every time it's
it
done well.
it just levels rooms. And like in that
Yeah.
space, you got four dudes, and all of a sudden for 10 minutes until it died out and it wasn't funny anymore. But like we had like they had this conversation trying to continue the dialogue and keep it in frame. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
man. And then Forts, what do I have to say, dude? I mean, I'm on a tear. The last episode that we did, the parenting one,
Yeah.
it was fully edited. A lot of work goes into that. It's like downloaded and uploaded to be published. And I
Did you
listened.
sneak a fart in?
I listened to it before, like that morning. I went for a run, and I'm 100% certain that there was a fart in that episode.
We gotta figure out the timestamp on this. We
Yeah,
have to identify whose
yeah.
butt this came from.
And I'm not a detective, but it wasn't me. And there was one other person on that episode with me, and I'm looking at him. So,
Very well. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. The
but
one might have snuck out. I don't know.
yeah,
It
but it tells
would have
you,
been a double protein shake day.
it tells you what kind of person I am. I didn't go back and edited it. I was like, yeah, that works.
That's gold. It's staying in.
Look, life can be hard and stressful sometimes. We all know that. But when it comes to supplements, why is it that nobody talks about stress and resilience? For me, I take the adaptogen stack from Momentous Supplements. It's a daily blend of ashwagandha, rhodiola, and L-theanine, all clinically backed to help you stay calm, focused, and resilient. I'm proudly partnered with Momentous Supplements because they are the industry's best. They don't cut corners. Everything's third party tested, used by pro athletes, and high quality. Head to livemomentous.com and use code STRENGTH for 35% off your first order. Again, that's livemomentous.com, code word STRENGTH for 35% off your first order, and get started today. So I'm gonna go with Justin as the more mature. I don't know about stately, but I'm gonna go with you on that one.
Mom, are you listening? Did you hear what Jesse just said?
Justin is a stately gentleman. That is for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
This one's interesting. I don't know where this one came from, and I don't even know how to answer this one. It says, "Where did the word choof originate from?"
Oh, jeez. I love my wife
Do you know
more
anything
than
about
anything.
that? Where did the word choof?
This is that.
Chewf. What is
Yeah,
that?
man. This is actually a really funny story. So years ago, I think Alyssa and I were still dating. I don't even think we were married yet. So this is like 11 or 12 years ago. We went out to eat with her parents at the Red Lion Diner I think it was in Evesham, New Jersey, maybe,
Okay, South
or
Jersey. Shout out.
Tabernacle.
Yep.
And we were sitting there eating. I think something fell, or like the server or somebody like dropped something, and they walked away, and somebody said something and like I meant to say like, whew, like could have been a lot worse than it was. And what came out was, choof. And then Alyssa and her mom and dad both all kind of like looked at me like, shoot, what did you say?
True.
And I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back. So
Was it
now
like you knew you wanted to make a sound, but you thought about it too much, and then you put some
and it
effort
just
into it and
my
shoofed it?
mouth got ahead of my brain, and whenever that happens, things come out that don't exist in the real world, and that's another scenario of that happening. But it is still a running joke to this day, dude. The level of red and pure like sweat out of embarrassment that happened at the Red Lion Diner over my egg white omelet that day is something that a movie could be written about because it was quite alarming.
Shoof.
Um, so
Shoof.
Choof is I do try it. I would recommend see if you can insert it into a conversation. See how Meg takes it.
Well, I'm probably just gonna do it with you all the time now, just to bust your
Well,
balls.
yeah, that's fine too. I would
Um,
show them.
dude, I love like when you have like an inside joke and it's like random in a sound. I do this thing all the time. My kids won't stop laughing, so I won't stop doing it. My wife doesn't think it's funny. So instead of sneezing and trying to be all like, like, excuse me, whatever, I do it every one of my sneezes in my house, and I mean every one of them. I do it as loud as I can in the voice of Mario from Mario and Luigi. So, like the old school Mario 64, yeah, yahoo,
Oh yeah,
yahoo. Every time I sneeze, it's ah,
good.
so you can be on the other side of the house and you just hear Mario. Dude, my kids love it, and I don't even care. I do it at the bus stop with the other parents. Like I'm starting to like bring it into my daily.
I do it by myself in the car.
Oh yeah, by my exactly. That's how weird.
That is, I like that. You got to make
Yahoo!
it fun, man. It's all about finding joy in the little things, even a sneeze,
You got to make it fun, man. Even choof.
even choofing and sneezing.
All right, this is the last question, and this is, I guess, not serious, but maybe more helpful in nature. I think this is a
Yeah.
good one, and maybe we'll wrap up with this. If you could pick only one single fitness routine for the rest of your life, no substitutions, what would it be and why? I'm thinking this is like overall all-encompassing, like weight training, cardio, like everything. Like if you could just pick one, stick with it, tried and true, and also something you could adhere to your whole life, what would it be?
Me personally, I would say weight training because I think I would see the most bang for my buck and benefits, not just physically but mentally, as well. I would definitely be weightlifting.
Weightlifting, cardio too?
Yeah, I mean, if I could do two, I would absolutely include cardio. But if I could only do one, I would turn weightlifting into some form of cardio with some sort of hit style.
Yeah. Yeah, I would do exactly what I'm doing now, and I would just taper it
Yeah.
down as I get older because I don't know that I'll be able to sustain the intensity, but I would have weight training. I would have 3 or 4, steady state cardio sessions, a couple hit sessions. The thing that I neglect that I'm trying not to is proper warm-ups and mobility, maybe some yoga factored in there. And then what I would do is, again, if I can't deadlift anymore, I'll find alternatives that still work those muscles. And if I can't like barbell back squat, which I don't do as much, I'll find something else that I can do. But I think my single fitness routine would be all kind of like encompassing of strength training, cardiovascular training, mobility, stretching, and all the things. That's what I do. I think that's a good method.
I think mobility needs to be a bigger focus on my side as well. I will say I spent 20 minutes doing mobility today. And nothing
You've
but
got like
that.
injuries and stuff that you have to be really intentional about,
Yeah,
right?
my back's an absolute mess, like structurally, and there's things missing. So that's fun. But yeah,
Yeah. So this was
my
fun,
own
man.
fault.
We're going to do this if it's okay with you. We're going to do this every month. We'll kind of wrap up the month with a Ask Us Anything variety pack, is what we're calling it. I'll put you on a spot. Any random questions you have that you want to throw out there that we can wrestle with, or save it for next time?
Now that you have your lightning, gas or electric?
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't go fitness. I threw a wild card at you.
Oh, I've got
Little
an.
bit of weakness.
I'm 2 months into an F-150 Ford Lightning for anybody that knows. Electric. I will go
Yeah.
electric. Yeah, I'm hesitating because there's been some serious inconveniences, like where I've had to like pull off and sit there and waste 30 minutes. But like if you plan better, you don't have to do that. But
Yeah.
surprising to me, the real reason I didn't buy my F-150 Lightning for performance. But dude, oh, this is such a bad pun. That thing is lightning fast, and like
Yeah, you were saying,
the
yeah.
performance of it is just like next level, and that's been really fun. So yeah, I would go electric. You can't answer that one though, can you? Because you haven't.
No, I drive a super loud, heavily modified WRX that I can't get rid of fast enough now. So, hey, dude, I will say though, it's definitely fun being in the the electric car, like the Teslas, and my buddy just got a Rivian, and that's super nice too. But yeah, I feel like we're all going the electric route at some point in the near future, whether we want to or not.
Yeah. So you're that muscular dude at a red light with a loud, souped up car, aren't you?
Well, when you put it like that, I'm going to start walking everywhere now.
Yeah, I think you should, man.
I need to find some 20-year-old kid to buy this car for me. If anyone's listening and wants a WRX, please let me know.
I will encourage. Maybe I'll link to it to get rid of that car.